Giligidi boo! It's 4:10 and there's trouble in paradise again. After Mihlali Hot Topic Ndamase, aka Mary Jane Light, stealth the very married Leroy Sidambe from his wife, the original Mary Jane, and gloated about it.
What are you doing tonight? I'm doing my man. That's what I'm doing tonight.
She became the Mureki/blesser in a situation shit where she thought she'd end up being the triumphant sugar baby wife. You think that's hectic? Well, baby, that's just the tip of the iceberg, because it was further revealed to us, singabuzanga njalo, that Leroy Febelina Sidambe's card declined during their vacation in Mexico, and that he owed WMihlali indodla zemali, but was gladly sponsoring other baddies and even tonguing them down in Dubai, while he was still exchanging fluids with Mihlali. When news of Leroy Mqondwana Sidambe cheating on home-wrecking Mihlali broke, Mihlali made it a point to make it crystal clear to us that she was no longer seeing broke Tatu Leroy. Leroy said, I'm not about to let you act like my bomb demon dick didn't have you passed out in my bed just a couple of days ago, darling. Mihlali was then forced to take her L in silence, as Leroy's claims were accompanied by receipts.
Hi, Jonas, hi, Naku. I'm Greta Say. I'm a year below you. I'm in your upcoming school play as a understudy.
Cool. I didn't know we even had understudy.
After pretending as though she wouldn't even touch Leroy with a stick, it was proven that Leroy's magic stick was unforgettable and irresistible, because our fave went right back to her married, mqondorized, sugarless daddy. This time, Leroy said, "Awudelanga othi ngikuphinde, whippy!" He finished her off by not only cheating on her again, but also mooring her to hell and back, allegedly. Mihlali proceeded to expose Leroy on Instagram via a post that reads as follows, and I quote, "Thank you, my ange," unquote, accompanied by pictures showing facial injuries that Leroy was further tagged in. Ooh-wee! To quench the thirst of Ondaba, Maphephandaba reached out to both parties. When asked if she was okay, Mihlali responded, "I'm not okay, but I'll be fine." When asked what was going on, Leroy responded, "Rule number 1, never hit a woman. Do you honestly believe and think I hit Mihlali? Just zoom in and check if someone who was hit sustains injuries like that." Whatever the hell that means, lo baba akasikhohliwe singofa simba. Sure, siyingane kuyena, but injuries are injuries, bagiti, and they vary depending on ukuthi ushawe yini, kanjani, nini, and as a forensic scientist, I can differentiate between injuries sustained from bumping into a wall and those sustained during imurage. But let me tool, because i500K yona ikhona impela, but not for y'all's messy asses.
You bitches is messy.
Anywho, while we were busy digesting this sour skaka, Leroy released a statement that reads as follows, and I quote, "I, Dumezweni Leroy Sidambe, would like to address the recent allegations that surfaced on the 4th of August, 2024, regarding gender-based violence against my partner, Mihlali Ndamase. I have always upheld values of respect and equality in our relationship and interactions. It is disheartening to see how misinformation and manipulation can spread, and how easily someone's character can be called into question without a thorough understanding of the facts. As someone who has experienced the disturbing and hurtful impact of these issues personally, I empathize deeply with victims of GBV. On the 4th of August 2024, Mihlali Ndamase attempted to contact me by placing a total of 78 calls. My babo!
Intloni guys,
Which I missed as I was fast asleep. Mihlali then showed up to my residence unannounced and of course uninvited, and she demanded that my son open up for her so she could see me. She then headed to the kitchen to equip herself with a knife in an attempt to stab me, as she had allegedly been shown evidence of me cheating. Mihlali Ndamase then came to my bedroom while I was asleep with the aim of confronting me for my febbing ways. She attempted to gwaza me, but I protected myself by pushing her, which resulted in her slamming into the wall, thus sustaining those sus injuries. My son came to my rescue after hearing me shout and plead with Mihlali to not unalive me. With that being said, I would like to inform you all, siyafakwa njalo indabeni zabo asibuzanga. Asicelanga lutho kodwa siyafakwa. So ningasibuza ukuthi singenaphi ngoba naku sifakiwe. Anywho, I would like to inform you all that Mihlali has a long history of physically assaulting me and damaging my property.
We learned that she's also used to like doing this and breaking stuff at Leroy's office, because obviously she stealth Leroy from MJ, so there will always be that insecurity and all of that stuff. So yeah, that's how the thing happened. And then me and my friend left, went and got us a drink, and yeah, but my word. But then me and my friend, we was just wondering, like, you know, is she probably not also like beating Leroy some other days and all of that stuff? Because how dare you want to throw boiling water and want to throw all of these vases and fucking glasses and things on the floor, and Leroy's staff is also tired of always cleaning the glasses that Mihlali throws all the time in that fucking office. Anyway, bitch.
Especially when she is under the influence of substances I cannot name. Ciao. Messy. It is important to note that a plethora of witnesses, including my children and bystanders, exist and can attest to me never laying a hand on Mihlali during or even after any of our altercations. I just defend myself accordingly. It is rather unfortunate that Mihlali Ndamase would use her huge platform to spread these harmful allegations as a means to tarnish my public image for revenge purposes. I assure you all that I will continue to cooperate fully with any inquiries, especially from authorities, in order to clear my name and restore my reputation. Thank you for your understanding and support during this challenging time. Dumezweni, Leroy Sidambe. Unquote. Woo-wee! Sithe sisetshisa lolu daba oluvutha bhe lokuthi uMihlali uwumagwaza ohlanyiswa itotolozi azagixabeza amadoda ngama-calls awu-50 17,000 aphinda bheme nentashi. Allegedly!
Ngathi ngingabhema intashi ngiyivalele ekamereni elidlala igqomu nje kulokhani nje kuthenga.
What Waphendula udadewethu wathi, there are two sides to every story. Then there's the narcissist version of events, which seems to have nothing to do with the original story. This made many wonder if Mihlali is only now discovering that Leroy is in fact a narcissist, even after he had cheated on his long-suffering wife with her, then went on to ill-treat her as the new trophy, cheated on her countless times, and even moered her numerous times, allegedly. Or she's always known that he's a narcissist, but she thought that she'd be the exception. Ayasaz! But what I do know is that in most cases, when Muti is not involved, even though we can't be certain whether or not it is involved in this situation shit, nobody can be stolen from their lover. Ifebe partake in shenanigans simply because they are rotten, and like Haya, asizwani nobufebe. We also condemn violence, macala onke. Both men and women ought to keep their hands to themselves. If it's not working out, walk away. And I know it's easier said than done, but I also know that real lovers with bomb totolozis and fire punanis exist. Don't settle until you've found your match.